Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadhati Shapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Shagana Raganatan Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Purvijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lulita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Koruna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prashabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Ori Priye Vansha Kolpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And thank you all for being here. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna speaks as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and at the same time, here you could open this for me if you would, he wants to instruct Arjuna about his all-pervading nature. Krishna has different features. Ooh, did you open this too? You can just put about half. Maya tadamidam, that's good. Sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina. Krishna says, I'm present throughout the universe, impersonally or avyaktamurti, in my unmanifest form. You can't see me, but I'm everywhere. And he wants Arjuna to understand his Krishna's all-pervading presence. So he says in Rasoham Apsu Kontya. Apsu means in the water. Rasoham, I'm the taste in the water. The water, this water's too hot to taste at the moment, but it'll get there. The water is pleasing for its taste. There's a tastiness to good water. And Krishna says, I'm that taste. What is it? There's in French, je ne sais quoi, something that we can't exactly pin, but we know it's there. We experience it. We can't exactly put it into words, but we can appreciate something is there. Some ineffable essence is there. So Krishna says, I'm that essence of the water, the essential taste of the water. Rasoham apsu kontya. Prabhasmi, Shashi Surya. Prabha means the effulgence, the light of the moon and the sun. During the day, the sun is supposed to be present, and at night, the moon. And that Krishna says, I'm that sunlight, I'm that moonlight. So we're always in the presence of Krishna, either during the day, during the night, and when we're drinking water, then we're associating with Krishna. In this way, Krishna wants to uplift our consciousness, elevate our consciousness. Now I'm just thinking nice water, nice sunny day, beautiful moon, but without a connection to divinity, just, I love the moon, I love the sun, great, great, great. Krishna says, no, see them in relationship to me, or see that the light, which is the way that the sun and moon communicate with us, see that that's me. I'm that sunlight, I'm that moonlight. Shabda ke. Pranava sarva Vedeshu. In all the Vedic mantras, the principal mantra is Om. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashanti Suryaha. Om Purnam Mada Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate. All these Vedic mantras, this Om is the main vibration. Krishna's, that Om is me. So when we're chanting Om, we can think of Krishna. When we're drinking water, we can think of Krishna. When we're seeing the sun, seeing the moon, we can think of Krishna. And in this way, one becomes Krishna conscious. Shabda ke. When there's sound, like now, there's sound in the atmosphere, in the ether. Krishna's, the sound is me. Even that sound, so is Krishna. Perhaps there might be better sounds to hear, but even that sound is, wherever there's sound, there's Krishna. And Purusham Nishu, Nishu means in the human beings. I'm the ability found in a human being. We see people with ordinary or extraordinary abilities, whether they're a prize fighter or a singer. We just lost power here, right? This is what happened last time too, I think. Hare Krishna, okay. Go figure. Yeah, we're okay now. Is it going to go back and forth again? Is that what happens? So everybody has either some intellectual ability, some musical ability, some ability as a salesman, everyone has something. When you see that capability, that's Krishna. Especially when we see extraordinary capability, that's also Krishna. Punya Gandha Prativyam Cha. Krishna says, I'm the original Gandha, the original fragrance of the earth. Sometimes if we leave New York City and go to places where there's earth, The earth itself has an original fragrance to it. And for that matter, all the flowers, or their fragrant trees, fragrant flowers, where are they getting the fragrance? They pull it out of the earth. It's somehow inherent there. The rose pulls its rose scent from the earth. The gardenia pulls its scent from the earth. They transform it into these scents. And the earth itself has a fragrance. Krishna says, that's me. Punyogandha prativyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavaso. Where you see great power, that's also a manifestation of Krishna. And what comes next? Jivanam sarvabhuteshu? I think so. Yes. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu. Bhuta means living beings. And Jivanam means the life. So Krishna says, I'm the life of all that lives. There's a Bhuta also. Well, we have these bodies, or the room is full of bodies. What makes this room different from a morgue? Is because there's life in the body. Without the life, Hare Krishna. So Krishna says, I'm that life. In all the living beings, there's life in the human form, there's life in the trees, the plants, the animals, the fish, the birds. I'm the living force in all the living beings. Krishna's presence. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapas chasmi tapasvishu. Tapa means austerity. In the Vedic age, people would perform severe austerities for spiritual advancement. The yoga system wasn't just show up in your leotards at 10 o'clock and we'll have a really wonderful session. And no, it was, we find people used to sit in the midst of a circle made of fire in the midst of the summer, undergoing severe austerity. They would meditate in a cold river in the midst of the winter, just to control the senses, just to really finish off attachment to material things. They would undergo these, and they'd become powerful. The yogis used to develop mystic powers by dint of these austerities. By austerity, one can become exceedingly powerful. There are 8 mystic powers that the yogi develops. He can become smaller than the smallest. He can become greater than the greatest. Prabhupada told the story. There was some yogi during the British Raj in India. There was some yogi, and he was sitting in the public square naked. So the British authorities considered this indecent, and they jailed him. And when they turned around again, there he was in the same place in the market. And they jailed him again, and he was in the market again. Because he had this siddhi, this mystic perfection. He could become small and just walk through the bars. Another siddhi, prapti siddhi. One can extend one's hand to any part of the universe and take whatever one may wish. Prabhupada told a story from his childhood. He had a childhood friend whose guru was a yogi. They went to visit the yogi, And he said, what would you like? Like, what would you like to eat? What would you like? So the boy said, pomegranates. And the yogi said, go to the next room. And in the next room there was like a fresh branch of a pomegranate tree with ripe pomegranates when it wasn't pomegranate season. So the yogis could do these things in part by dint of austerity. For us, austerity is maybe to shorten our shower by a few minutes to save water, but yogis used to do these austerities. And Krishna says, I'm the austerity of the austerities. I'm the force of the austerity. Then bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi parthasanatana. I'm the eternal seed of everything. Everything starts from a seed. And Krishna says, I'm that seed. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhi parthasanatana. Then what? Let's find it out. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Buddhi means intelligence. Buddhimatam means those who have intelligence. So Krishna says, I'm the intelligence of the intelligent. If we see someone intelligent, that intelligence represents Krishna. If we think, I'm intelligent, the intelligence is only by the grace of Krishna. Buddhi buddhimatam asmi. Then tejas tejas vinamaham. I'm the power of the powerful. Then balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjitam. I'm the strength of the strong. Kama raga vivarjitam. Pure strength. Kama raga vivarjitam. Kama means lust, rag means attachment. So I'm that power which is pure, which is free from such motives as lust and attachment. Bala balavatam shaham kama raga vivarjitam. Elsewhere Krishna says he's the purest of the pure. Or Arjuna says that Krishna is the purest of the pure, pavitram. Bala balavatam shaham kama raga vivarjitam. Then dharmaviruddha bhuteshu. Yeah, dharmaviruddha bhuteshu. Kamosmi. In human dealings, the sex urge is very prominent. All the living beings, not all of them, but the animals, the birds, the insects, the human beings, they have a sex drive. So Krishna says, I'm also sex. Krishna elsewhere, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Krishna is everything. So he's sex also. But he says, dharma viruddha bhuteshu. Not every kind of sex, but sex that's not contrary to dharma. Sex that's not, that means especially sex, it means sex that's meant for getting children. Krishna doesn't say, what's the word? Recreational sex. sex for having a good time. Sex for getting, because the natural result of sex is pregnancy and childbirth. So Krishna says, I'm sex that's not contrary to religious principles. That means sex within marriage for getting children. That's also represents Krishna. So Krishna is present not only in one way, but in every way, in all fields. He's the intelligence of the intelligent, he's the strength of the strong, he's the taste of the water, he's the light of the sun and the moon. So he's everything. Yeah. So in this way, Krishna wants to make it easy for us to think of him. And to become, what's the word, thoughtful. It's not just sort of a line, something from a primer, but it's for thought. How is it when you're about to drink some water? So when you drink your water, you can think, how is it that Krishna is the taste of this water? Then you become a philosopher, not just a drinker, but philosophical. When I'm drinking this water and Krishna is the taste of the water, how is Krishna present here? Strictly speaking, apsu can mean any liquid. So Prabhupada said that I can make even the drunkard Krishna conscious. When you're drinking your wine or beer, Krishna is the taste of that liquid. So even the drunkard has access to Krishna consciousness. So these are some hints in the Bhagavad Gita, because the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is to become conscious of Krishna, manmana. Krishna says, just become conscious of me. Krishna is everywhere. When we're breathing the air, we're breathing Krishna. When we're hearing sound, we're hearing Krishna. When we're seeing the sun, we're seeing Krishna. But it's just a question of actually seeing. There's a phrase used in various verses, ya pashyati sa pashyati. One who sees this way, he actually sees. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. When we see Krishna, then we're really seeing. So sometimes Prabhupada said we should see through the ear. We're very keen to see through the eyes, and people sometimes, can you show me God? I want to see God. Prabhupada said that we should try to see by hearing. It's easier for us to hear about the absolute truth, to hear about Krishna. And then when you see, you'll actually see. A child sees the sun in the sky to be a big ball. But when he goes to school and hears from the scientists, and he understands, oh, this sun is 93 million miles away, it's got producing huge amounts of heat and light. Then when the child sees the sun, now he sees differently. He doesn't see just a big yellow tennis ball in the sky. If the King of England were to walk into this room dressed like an ordinary person, I'd see an ordinary person. But if I hear, no, this is King Charles, then I would see differently. So seeing begins with hearing, or seeing is refined or made, refined or made profound by hearing. Tat Shrinu. So when we hear from Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita, or we hear about Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam, then our vision becomes purified. Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. So it's said in the Brahma Samhita that those whose eyes have been washed with the ointment of prema, love for Krishna, they'll see Krishna everywhere. They'll see Krishna deep in their heart. By knowledge, we'll develop some ability to see Krishna. But when there's love, then you really see. When there's love, then you'll see Krishna everywhere. So, to get love for Krishna is not such a quick thing, but it can be achieved. It's the natural consciousness of every living being. Nityasiddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kavanai. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koreyuda. When our consciousness becomes purified by Bhakti Yoga, beginning with hearing about Krishna, then our natural love for Krishna awakens. Well, maybe I'll stop here for a bit and see what kind of questions you might have. You never know. Yes.
I was just curious, this was when Krishna is everywhere and we have negative feelings, fear, anger, jealousy, frustration, envy, all that. How does that one interpret that?
That's also manifestation of Krishna. In the sky, the sunlight represents the sun. The cloud also comes from the sun. The sun evaporates water from the sea, so the cloud is also part of the sun. The fire is very bright, fiery. The smoke is also part of the fire.
Thank you.
Yes. No. Or maybe. Hare Krishna. Seeing Krishna says, Yomam Pashati Sarvatra Pashan Chamayi Sarvam Chamayi Pashati Tasyaham Na Pranashami Satchame Na Pranashati. The meaning is Yomam Pashati Sarvatra, for a person who sees me everywhere, as we were discussing. And Sarvam Chamayi Pashati, and sees everything in me. Everything in me means everything is Krishna's energy. The energy is not different from Krishna. So everything is, in one sense, not different from Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. Although it's said, what is that? Antar Bahir Avastitam. Krishna is within everything, and he's outside of everything. Tanantarasya Sarvasya in the Upanishads. He's within everything, he's outside of everything. Materially, if I'm in the room, I'm not outside the room. If I'm outside, I'm not inside. But Krishna, by his inconceivable potency, can be inside and outside at the same time. It's not a problem for Krishna. So Krishna says, one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. Tasyaham na pranasha. I'm never lost to him. And he is never lost to me. For the Krishna conscious, the Krishna conscious person has, or even not the Krishna conscious person, everyone has an intimate relationship with Krishna. Just as my hand has an intimate relationship with my body. Oh, every living being has an eternal, intimate relationship with Krishna. But in material existence, we forget that relationship. And we think of the relationships in terms of matter, in terms of the material body. This is my country, this is my family, this is my bank, this is my home. We see those temporary relationships as the most significant. But the self-realized person is intent on reviving his eternal relationship, the spiritual relationship, the relationship between the soul and Krishna. So, so the relationship is there. It's not something that's introduced from outside, stuffed in or inserted. It's there. Just like how to walk. It's there, and every child has the ability to walk, but it just needs a little maturity, and then the child will get it. It doesn't have to go to walking school. The ability to walk is there. It just has to come out. The natural tendency to love Krishna is there, and now it's being directed towards some temporary thing. I love my cat, I love my dog, I love New York, I love, love, and love. Something flimsy and temporary. But the original love is love for Krishna, and it's there within everyone. And when that love comes out, then yayatma suprasidati, then one becomes actually satisfied, happy, joyful. And I wonder if there are other questions still to be asked. Yes.
So when we kill insects or bugs and creatures which bother us.
I'm sorry?
Now when we kill insects or mosquitoes or bugs and things like that, because they're a pest, we eradicate pests in our house. Every time we kill all these bugs, they all are conscious with Krishna, correct?
Yes. They're not conscious of Krishna, but they're conscious. They're conscious.
So do we get bad karma every time we do this?
Yes.
So we're not supposed to kill cockroaches, rats, rodents, anything?
Yes.
So how does society survive?
By being clean.
Well, they say even after a nuclear disaster, the cockroaches are going to live. So,
But they don't live everywhere. They live where things are dirty.
So if we practice Krishna consciousness, we don't kill these pests in the house and say,
A pest means somebody you don't like.
So how do you function?
Like a cat is really a pest. They whine and they whine all night. In fact, in some cities you'll hear the cats whining. The dogs pass stool all over the city of New York. They're not, but we call them pets. And the pigeons we call pests. So, for some, those we don't like, we label with these titles, pest. For most of the world, we're pests. If they could if some cosmic authority were to call the cosmic exterminator, the first candidate would be the human beings, because they cause, with their plastic and their pesticides and their wars and their atomic energy, and pest is sort of an understatement for what human beings are. Jonathan Swift has a line, the most pernicious race of odious little vermin nature ever suffered to crawl on the face of the earth. So we do. If we kill them, there's reaction for that. And therefore the Vedic way is to be very clean, so that we don't attract, because we leave food lying around. It's an invitation. We're having a feast at our house. Why don't you come? So Vedic culture is the culture of radical cleanliness. Still, some creatures will come without such an invitation. And the Vedic injunction is that if they attack you, you can kill them. So the mosquito, if he's just buzzing, he's entitled to buzz. But if he lands and starts drinking, then he's an attacker and you can kill him.
But the question is, Krishna himself says in chapter 2, you're only killing the body, not the soul.
That's true.
So if you kill these creatures, maybe they will liberate them little bugs into become rodents, rodents become butterflies. What do you think?
You're not so powerful that you can give them liberation. Otherwise you'd be entitled, yes, kill them all. But instead we send ourselves down. So ahimsa satyama krodhas, we're recommended be non-violent, ma himsat sarvabhutani, don't kill them unnecessarily. In the material world you can't avoid killing. Sometimes we see the giants, they wear these masks because even breathing in you're going to kill some microorganisms, so they want to be non-violent. But you can't avoid it. If you walk on the grass, you kill so many beings. If you breathe, you kill so many beings. Pick up a glass of water and put it down again. Underneath the glass, there's so many living beings. So if we try to leave, sometimes we think, let me lead a karmically pure life. Only good karma, not bad karma. But it's not doable. Inevitably, there'll be some discrepancy. It's just the way it is. And therefore, it's okay, I'll only do the good things, I won't do the bad things, I'll live a good life, I won't be, no, there will always be something bad. And therefore the final guidance from Vedic literature is, this isn't going to work, but if you surrender yourself to Krishna, then you get free from all the reactions of karma. Karmani nirdhati kintuja bhakti. Bhakti destroys all the karma down to the very root of it. So then, if inevitably, as will always happen, there's some killing, some violence, all right, but I'm engaged in the service of Krishna, and therefore I'm indemnified from the reactions. And then even the living beings who are killed may also get some benefit. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Do we stop here? Tell me what to do. Give me some direction.
Yeah, perfect timing. Thank you so much, Jayadvaita Maharaj.